What's up guys, this is Matt from Kassel Performance. We got John's A90 Supra here, pure race car. Bad news at the track last weekend. I put a hole in the block, looks like it lost a rod. So we're kind of going to do a 5-part mini-series here on a few different aspects on what we're doing this time. We're doing engine replacement with a Visconti Stage 2 motor. We're also going to upgrade to a Ford 8.8 rear end at the same time, and I'm just going to kind of go over all of the stuff we've done so far to this car, which is a lot. We'll start with some of the suspension stuff. We just did all this recently, all these SPL arms, sway bar links, and I'll have to figure out whose sway bar that is because I forget. We're using JRZ shocks all the way around, coilovers. We got AP brakes in the front, AP Essex. We're also running the counter space fuel system, which is this mess over here. There's a lot of fuel system parts coming from the rear. So we have the Visconti in-tank setup, Visconti and radium setup back here, which is all tucked in. We have bigger fuel lines feeding up all the way to the surge tank up here. There's a Walbro brushless pump inside of this that's being controlled by the reflex. We have pure stage 1 trans. Here's our 4-inch downpipe that we made. I don't know if you can see too much of it. It's covered in oil currently because there's a hole in the block. The rest of it's right there, that beautiful rainbow colored stuff. We got a lot of aero work done to this one too. We're doing the Veris front splitter, all the little canards and flicks and stuff, and then the Veris swan neck rear wing as well. Rear brakes are factory limited brakes, so they're the painted calipers from factory and they just come with a different size rotor. And then we just have Pagid race track pads in the back. He does run this on 315 Hoosiers all the way around. Somehow it fits and works really well. He's very happy with the new tire size. So we got 315 rear and 315 in the fronts. So we got plenty of grip. The Veris rear diffuser. We still have a muffler on this, so we're still using valve control back here. So if he has any tracks where it has to be a compliant for noise and stuff, we can still kind of stick it out through the muffler to quiet it down a little bit. Otherwise, like all the rest of the rear suspension is all original. So rear arms are all stock, except for this SPL track arm right here. It does have the upper one too. So SPL rear arms, obviously JRZ rear suspension as well. So up here in the engine bay, we have a pure 800 turbo. Pretty much that's the real only power adder that it has. So just a bigger turbo. CSF intake manifold and intercooler and port injection. We custom made him this charge pipe here to use these vibrant clamps. So we had a nice boost proof solution there. We didn't have to worry about a silicone coupler or anything like that. Trying to keep it as cool as possible with all the cooling vents, carbon hood, and all the cutouts. We have the PTP blanket for the actual exhaust manifold itself, plus the Veris little heat shield thing on top here. So it all tries to keep the heat down out of the engine bay and down kind of out and under the car. Besides all of like the turbo and intake manifold, it's really just coolers. So trying to keep it cool on track is the big thing. We had some trials and tribulations with that, trying to keep it cool. So we're thinking we're in a pretty happy place, but going back together, it is gonna get the pure 900. So we're gonna try and keep temps a little cooler with a little bit bigger turbo. Maybe we can run the same boost levels and just improve our intake air temps a bit. So hopefully that'll help us there. But he's trying to run this in a higher power level than we were. Previously we were running around, he had three maps. So we had 3 maps, a 500 horsepower, 500 torque map, and then we had about a 600, 650 torque map, and then we had about a 700, 725 horsepower and torque map as well. And he would use all these kind of throughout the weekend as he built up for the time trial itself. So once we got to race day, he would kind of crank it up for the actual time trials, and that's when it would run full tilt, and that is also when it tossed a rod. So ultimately we found the weak point. It looks like number 5's rod let go on a downshift. So once we have it apart, we'll kind of show what we got there. That'll be one of the parts we do. Is engine removal, tear down. We'll show you kind of what we find inside here. Then we'll do another part for the new engine install with new components and going back in. We'll have another part then as well for the rear end, the forward rear end that we're gonna install. And that's from Seems Legit Garage, legit as that is.
Seems legit.
Seems legit, so it must be legit. No, they're decent guys. They make nice stuff. So we're going to put that in. He's been having diff over temp faults kind of periodically as the weekends went on. So we're hoping this kind of gets rid of that issue as well. So that would kind of stick him in a power limitation mode as well. So moving forward, it's trying to add a little bit of power, try to keep it out of these limp modes just because there's so much going on. There's always something that's not happy with these cars. So trying to keep it as happy as we can and running full power is really the key. All right, so that'll be it for this video. Like I said, this is going to be a mini series, so we'll probably have 4 or 5 more videos coming after this. Hit the like button, subscribe if you want to see more. Keep adding more content daily, and hopefully we'll get to some more videos with some more projects. Thanks, guys.